Hi, my name is Adam Ali. I'm doing this project to complete my midterm project for CIS 9467. I selected data on stop and frisk for 2015 as the project gave us the freedom to choose any data we liked. And I chose a subject because stop and frisk, community relations, and racial disparity in general in the United States is something I think about a lot. For this project, I chose the data from, I directly downloaded data from the New York City Police Department website. Before I go into that, stop and frisk has been deemed ineffective. It's been there's been a lot said about it because it targets black people and African Americans, that is, and Hispanic Americans. So I'm going to show a video with Mayor de Blasio.
They started to change even before David Dinkins increased the police force here. That's what changed things in New York City. Stop and frisk was intensified for a limited period of time in the last decade in particular. And the bottom line is it created a huge amount of division between police and community. We ended that unconstitutional.
Yeah, as you hear, a lot has been said to stop the stop and frisk practice. I'm gonna go to the 2015 file. I already have it here. The raw data looks like this. It has 22,500 incidents from 2015, and the data was collected across 80 columns. We're not going to use all of those 80 different columns because I'm more interested in the number of arrests, the number of stop and frisk. They have some factors that I consider were significant, such as race, geographic location, and yes, we'll see those how they factor out in the summary. I think this kind of Excel analysis is useful because, for one, we want to look at how it impacts if certain communities, and it also helps in policy making for elected officials, community leaders, and in general one can hope with exceptional data analysis the race relations and community relations could be improved. I'm going to go, as you can see, the data here is used indicator variables, yes and no. I'm going to do a little cleaning up. I'm going to convert them using if function. I've converted them into looking 1 and 0, and some other data that I could not use readily was data on the date values. You can see here it was entered as a number. Time was also not entered as number. I learned a lot on converting into date values. I used the date value functions, and actually it was a couple of steps that I had to take. I had to convert them into text using text to columns, and then I have to rearrange the date. I have to split the 6 characters so that, for example, for 10, 12, 15, it's entered here as March 20th. I believe we don't have the top observation here. Okay. Yeah, actually it's been this data has been arranged by date. I've summarized this data into different dashboards. I've created some pivot tables. I've used things of interest that were for me were dividing it into boroughs. By boroughs, you can just slice out Bronx, or we can look at the effect or the number of stop and frisk for different ethnic groups. So the first table, the first pivot table we have here shows us the different race groups. It has the number of arrests, the number of summons issued, the number of stop and frisk in general, and we can see some ethnic groups are targeted a little more than others. Even though we can see our city demographically is 54% white, majority of arrests that were made in that year wasn't African American or black. And then another thing we can look at is by gender. We can see how it compares. The number of female arrests was much significantly smaller than the male counterparts, which is about 10% or so. Another thing we can look at is by month and how that into place. We can see in January there was a lot more stop and frisk, and with two exceptions, it's been going down throughout the year, which is consistent with the mayor's assertion that they eventually want to phase it out. And that's a good observation we can see here. Another thing you can look at is by geographic location. You can see we can sort out for by borough, and you can see by borough and as well as precinct numbers, and you can see some precincts have a lot more stop and frisk than others. For example, if we look at precinct 40, there was a lot more activity in that year. It also happens to be in precinct 40 is right around here in the southern Bronx, which historically has been a less safe neighborhood. That's consistent with the stop and frisk activity for the year. And I have summarized the data in a dashboard where we can have we can look at various things at the various charts on our board. We can look at the number of arrests. For that year was about 4,000 arrests were made that year, but even though you can see the majority here, there was no reason to stop them from the first place, so there was no arrest or summons issued, so which comes out about a little over 20% of the stop and frisk resulted in someone as a ticket or an arrest. And we can look at by race group. We can see African Americans make up the largest amount of, they was most likely to be stopped and frisked. Thank you for listening. That concludes my presentation.